What up, everybody? This your boy KO. Let's take this ride. This is my interview with life. This is another interview with life. In the car, I got
Yay.
Yay. What's up, Yay? Hey, Yay, it's okay for me to tape you? And it's all right for me to share this. All right, so what we were talking about is emotional intelligence or the lack thereof in young boys. Could you expound on what you were saying? You were saying that your son exemplifies an overt emotion towards when he has something taken from him, like like YouTube. Can you elaborate on that for me?
So what I was saying was, it's like he is like basically throwing tantrums.
Right.
Whenever he doesn't get his way, and I see, like, I just scroll on Facebook and I see like all the young adults, young black men who can't seem to regulate their emotions. You know what I'm saying? When they're getting told no, or when they're getting rejected, whether it being by another black male, by a figure, or someone that's just trying to give them a piece of advice, or whatever the situation may be, or even just getting rejected by a woman.
Right.
So I'm just in a place where I want to get a hold on it now. So when he gets older, he's okay with being rejected and being okay with being told no.
Right.
But I think my biggest thing is being that sense of rejection from women.
Right.
I don't want my son to fall victim to, a stereotyping. Just for instance, he's trying to talk to somebody at the gas station and they tell him no, and he feel it in his heart that he has to hurt this young lady because she's not interested.
Right.
Because he can't regulate his emotions, that he's not okay with being told no, or any form of rejection.
Right. So what I would like to say or ask, I'm gonna ask you this, right? So what's your family dynamic at home? What do you, are you a single mother? And I say that loosely, but are you a single mother? Is his dad involved? Or
Daddy is involved.
Okay.
But we aren't together. We co-parent. We have a great co-parenting relationship.
Okay.
Actually. When it comes to his dad, I'm more on the strict side.
Okay.
As opposed to his dad. His dad wants to be the fun parent, while I have to be the one that, like, no, that's not okay. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't say that. You can't, act this way.
Right. So you're more of a strict parent to him, and the dad represents an enabler.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to Flow Valley. Forest Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the dad acts as an enabler. And why do you think that is? Why do you think that the dad is taking the enabling approach? Do you live? You said you're co-parenting, so you guys are not in the same house.
We're not in the same house anymore. Me and both of my children actually moved back from Las Vegas at the end of last year, and we were staying with my kid's father.
Okay.
So we actually just parted ways and, went into different households this past April.
Okay.
So when we were in the same household, it was, I think his dad takes the softer side, because he knows how it is to have a hard father.
Right.
So I think his approach may be that. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be the only thing that I could think of, is he knows how it is to have a hard father, or just someone that's just not as open-minded and like well versed in the role of being a dad to a young black man.
So a lot of times, and this is something that I noticed, because I do mentor boys with the Village. Shout out to the Village. You can reach them at village314.com, thevillage314.com, if you want to put your son in mentoring and have us mentor your young son, or we do that. But what I notice a lot of times is, when there isn't a nuclear family setting, the child is put in a position to lean more towards the parent that acts as, the provider, or the person like your son living with you. And from what I see, and your son is a very intelligent young man. I told you that, right? He's very intelligent. He is very, very in tune with the universe, right? I think that the return of the nuclear Black family has to be something that we fight for, right? Whatever differences you and his father have, co-parenting is a great thing, but children respond better when they see you in the same social setting, if that makes sense. There is a lack of masculine energy in our world because I mean the powers that be, there's a lot of factors that are involved that contribute to why Black people aren't in the same household. We have a 77% single parent household in this country. And that was something that was projected. When y'all get a chance, look up something called the Moynihan Report. So just to bring it home, just to bring my thesis home, right? Bring my statement home. His dad needs to be more masculine because masculine energy is corrective. The way most men correct, the way most men love is from a corrective standpoint. Women are nurturing. There's a role reversal here, right? He needs his father to be more stern on him. But it's hard to kind of do that. You understand good cop, bad cop, right? All right, so good cop, bad cop works like this. If you got a mother that's a disciplinarian, then two disciplinarians could possibly drive your son to a spot that he don't need to be in, right? So here's where the nuclear Black family comes in. You guys have to start to get those roles, switch those roles back. That's what I think. It's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's just my perspective. Right. Opinions, they say, are like assholes. Everybody got one. You know what I'm saying? Some are just stinkier than others. But what I will say is that I see a role reversal in our society when it comes to Black women and Black men, right? Yeah. The Black woman has, just a fun fact, Black women have always out-earned Black men. They've always been, like, during the times of chattel slavery, where they were always the washerwomen, the women who had nursing jobs, who did all of the house stuff, and the Black guy was out in the field working and going through the motions, right? So there was never a time in history where Black men were making so much money that they lorded over Black women to where Black women needed liberation. It's just that we're in a system of capitalism that has us pitted as the labor class. Now, I'm not saying that we are victims, but we should be victors, but that's called survival mode for us, right? And survival mode, none of the magic can happen. So what I would say is this: try to have a conversation with your son's father and make him understand that you need his divine masculine. Because sometimes women take on masculine energy because women need security. And that's a truism, men. Women need security. Black men shouldn't even be having children unless they have themselves together. But we're not the gatekeepers. But I digress. Go ahead. So what do you think the solution is? What have you tried any solutions? What do you think you should do?
I think, well, the only thing, I mean, I've had conversations where I was just with his dad, and I'm just like, I think you should stop being so soft-hearted with, like, not soft-hearted, but like you have to show him like put your foot down every once in a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want him to look at me and just be like, "Oh, mama's so mean. I don't know why she's so mean." Because I'm not mean. I'm not gonna say I have these expectations for my son, but it's just like I would just prefer, I want you to be able to, move, like, be able to, for me to tell you no, and you say, "Okay, mama."
So my question to you is do you think that that's your role to have to be so strict upon him?
No, but it's like if I don't do it,
who's gonna do it?
Who's gonna do it? Because apparently his daddy don't want to do it.
Right. I think that and that's a fact. That is definitely a fact. I think that men need to step in and be masculine energy. Give me a second just to explain this. I think that okay. We're gonna try this again. Because I get phone calls in the morning. You know what I'm saying? People call me all the time. But I think that We as men, we need to reclaim our roles, but also it has to be something we need to empathize with each other as Black people, right? Black women are so. I heard my daughter's mama hit me with the same thing, and I had to let her know, like, listen, two disciplinarians with what's going on in our country with this hyper liberalism and giving children options and doing stuff like that, like you could lose your child.
Yeah.
You can lose your child to bad decisions, right? I think that men need to take those positions back. And I think that women have to allow them to. Do you understand what I'm saying by that? Women have to allow the man to be that, because a lot of times the lines get blurred because men are corrective. They should be able to correct. Listen, he should be able to correct you too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He should be able to get you together too. But a lot of times, that's not commonplace. The main phrase that I hear women say all the time is, "You ain't my daddy."
Yeah. And like, while that is true, I don't know what it's like to have a daddy, so I can't just throw that phrase out there all willy nilly. I'm not gonna just say, "Oh, you're not my daddy," because I assume that's something that a dad would say, or that's something that a dad would do.
Right.
So it's just like, you just have to find a balance.
You do have to find a balance.
It's cohesive and what am I trying to say? Like, good, where the outcome will always be good for the child. Like, I'm so big on just everything being okay. If we can hate each other guts, but if we okay for this child, then nothing else matters.
I'm going in this entrance at my mind. Yeah. And I applaud you for that, because your children just got out of here, and you're doing a really good job. Let me applaud you, sister. You're doing a really good job with your children.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Trying,
and I wish, this is what I hope for you. I hope that he recognizes that, men, we need to step up. I'm just going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? We need to step up and reclaim our places as the leaders of our family. And I know it's a trying thing. I know it's a hard thing a lot of times, because the problem is that women nowadays weren't taught how to coexist with masculine men. Is that a safe statement to say?
Yeah.
Because when you get a masculine man in your presence, it's okay. We're always fighting for equality, but between the genders, what does that even mean, right? Like this whole thing with 50-50. No woman to go 50-50, but on a team, hear me out.
50, 70, 30,
70.
40.
That's right. Yeah. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of being in a relationship
if I can't fall back on you when I absolutely need to? That's
right. Male, and that's from a male and female perspective, right? So let me just share this with you. I was making 6 figures a year. I was in a bad car accident. It put me in a wheelchair. I lost the majority of my income because I couldn't work. I exhausted all of the funds that I had in my bank account, and I had to dump all of my investment stocks just to maintain myself during the time that I needed to recover, right? So it's not always about money. 50-50 from a male perspective is, if I fall off, if something happens, can I count on you to stay? It has nothing to do with me needing you to go 50-50 on the bills.
And I think everybody these days is just so caught up on, well, if he got money, then that's what I need. That's what I like. But where is the love? I'm such a love person. So it's just like, where is the love these days? It seems like everybody is just out for something. And it's like, you can never really tell if somebody's intentions are true, because, like, what is it? Right. Everybody's so wrapped up in social media and all this other stuff, and it's just like, where's the love? Like, people aren't acting as human no more.
They really aren't. Everyone is a sociopath. Yeah, everybody's a sociopath. Everybody's a sociopath.
So it's just like, it makes you not even want to
hold that thought. Okay. This is the last time it's gonna interrupt. I think but let's end it on that. I think that is such a valid point. People nowadays are sociopaths. They only care about romanticizing white wealth standards. But with that, I know you got to go, and I thank you so much for your interview. You have beautiful children. You are awesome, mama. Let me applaud you. You the shit. And like I tell all my people when they get out the car, I love you. I love you so much. I love you too, Black Queen.